Hi students, today we are going to discuss about the speed and velocity. First of all, we discussed about the speed. Okay, what is speed? The speed is the time rate of distance. Time rate of distance. That is distance traveled by time taken. So the distance traveled upon time taken is called speed. That is the time rate of distance traveled of an object in any direction is taken as speed. Okay, suppose we take a person moves from A to B and B to C and C to D and after then D to A. So AB is suppose 10 kilometers length, BC is 5 kilometers length and CD is 10 kilometers length and DA is 5 kilometers length. So he travels A to B in time 2 kilometers. Suppose in 2 kilometers of time he covers this 10 kilometers distance, and from B to C, so sorry, in 2 hours the person moves from A to B. That means he covers 10 kilometer of distance in 2 hours, and from B to C he moves in 1 hours of time. That means he cover 5 kilometers of distance in 1 hour of time, and from C to D he takes 2 hours. That means to travel 10 kilometers he takes 2 hours of time from D to A. So to cover 5 kilometers in 1 hours of time, so in 1 hour he moves from D to A. So finally he reaches to A. Now what is his speed? Okay, from A to B, so the total distance traveled by total time taken. So total distance is 10 plus 5, 15 plus 10, 25 plus 5, that is 30. What is the time taken? 2 hours, 1 hours, 2 hours, 1 hours. 2 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6 kilometers per hours. Okay, so 6 5 are 30. That means 5 kilometer per hour. So this is the speed of the person. Speed of the person. So he travels every hour. He travels a 5 kilometers of distance. Every hour he travels a 5 kilometers of distance. So this is the speed of the person. Now the speed is a scalar quantity. Okay, here we deals with the magnitude of speed only. So here the direction is not taken. Speed has only magnitude, it does not have any direction. So now what is the SI unit? So the SI or MKS unit. So what is the SI unit or MKS unit? So distance traveled, that means meter. Time taken, that means second. So that is meter second universe is the SI or MKS unit for the speed. So what is the CGS unit? So the CGS unit is centimeter for distance and second for time. That's why centimeter into second universe is the CGS unit for the speed. So now we write dimensional formula. Alright, dimension. What is dimension formula? So for distance, that is the dimension formula is m power 0 L time taken, that is t power minus 1. m power 0 L t power minus 1 is the dimension formula for speed. For a moving object, so the speed cannot be 0. Speed cannot be 0 or negative. Okay, speed is always positive. Okay, for a moving object, whenever a object is moved from one place to another place, so the speed is always positive. It cannot be 0 or negative. Now we discuss about the velocity. Okay, here velocity is the same, the time rate of displacement. The time rate of displacement by time taken. Displacement upon time taken is taken as velocity. So here speed is the distance covered per unit time. So here distance is a scalar quantity. That's why speed is here scalar quantity. We define only magnitude for the speed. Here the direction is not taken. So but here velocity is, here displacement is the vector quantity. That's why velocity also vector quantity. So velocity is vector quantity. So here the velocity contains magnitude and also direction. The direction of velocity is from initial position to final position. So now we take one example, that is, so for the same as speed, so a person moves d square a b c d. So a person moves from a to b 10 kilometers in 2 hours of time and 5 kilometers in 1 hours of time, and again from C to D 10 kilometers 2 hours of time, and from D to A 5 kilometers in 1 hours of time. Okay, then the total velocity from A to A. So the velocity to reach from A to A, velocity. So what is the displacement? So the displacement is the shortest distance between final and initial position. So here A is the initial position and again A is the final position. That's why the displacement is 0. What is the time taken? 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 plus 2 hours, 5 plus 1 hour, 6 hours. That's why 0 meter per second. So the displacement is here 0. So here the velocity is here 0. In this case the velocity is 0. Suppose the velocity to move from A to B and B to C. So the velocity in reaching the from point A to point C. So here what is the velocity? So what is the displacement? A to B, B to C. So here displacement is the shortest distance between the final and initial positions. So that's why. So AC is the displacement. What is AC? So if this is a rectangular triangle, then this is root 10 square plus 5 square. So root 10 square is 100 plus 5, 125. Root 125. So root 125 by, what is the time taken? So here 2 hours, here 1 hour, 3 hours. Kilometer per hour is the velocity in reaching from A to C. So the velocity is here. So here we consider only displacement. Whenever we deals with the velocity, we consider displacement of the particle. Whenever we take the speeds, we consider the total distance covered by the particle. So here distance we take. In case of velocities, we consider only displacement only. So here you clearly observe. So if we move from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A, then the speed is, so then 10, 5, so 30 by, so here time is 6. So here 30 meters, 30 kilometers for 6 hours. That is 5 kilometer per hour is the speed. But here for the same case, the velocity is here 0. So now the SI unit, SI or MKS unit for velocity is meter per second or meter second universe. Same as speed. Here the CGS unit is again centimeter second universe. So the units and dimensions are same for speed and velocity. Only the difference is here speed is the scalar quantity, velocity is vector quantity. So and dimensional formula is m power 0 L t power minus 1. M power 0 L t power minus 1 is the dimensional formula. So here for a moving object, the speed cannot be 0 or negative, but the velocity is in some cases 0. So already in previous example we discussed it. In some cases positive, in some cases it will be negative also. Okay, the first case is if a particle travels distances s1, s2, s3 and so on with speeds v1, v2, v3 and so on. Okay, in this case we find average velocity. So a particle travels s1 distance with velocity with speed v1, s2 distance with speed v2 and s3 distance with speed v3. So the one and only formula to find average speed is, so average speed is equal to total distance by total time taken. So total distance by total time taken. So here also we find first we find total distance traveled and total time taken. So the total distance traveled is, so s1 plus s2 plus s3 and so on. What is the total time taken? So if a particle travels s1 distance with a v1, so the time taken is distance by speed. Time is equal to distance by speed. So here the total time taken is s1 by v1. So s1 by v1 is the time taken to travel s1 distance. S2 by v2, the time taken to travel s2 distance and so on. So now we find average speed. What is average speed? Total distance traveled by total time taken. Total distance traveled is s1 plus s2 and so on. Total time taken is s1 by v1 plus s2 by v2, s3 by v3. We take one simple case, that is if a particle, a body covers equal distances. So that is s1 and s2 and both are equal. A body covers half of the distance with a speed v1 and remaining half of the speed with remaining half of the distance with speed v2. Then we find average speed. So average speed is, we take only two distances and two speeds, that is s1 plus s2. So that is s1 and s2 is equal to s, that's why 2s by s of 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. So here s get cancelled, remaining term is 2 by, so if we take LCM for this, that is v2 plus v1 by v1 v2. Now we move v1 v2 into numerator, that is 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Okay, if a body covers half of its distance with speed v1 and remaining half of its journey with speed v2, then the average speed is 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Now we discuss the second case. So if a particle travels with speeds v1, v2, v3 and so on during the time intervals t1, t2, t3. So in this case the distances and velocities of the objects during the travel is given. So in this case the velocities and time intervals given. So that means the first t1 times. So for the first t1 time the particle moves with velocity v1 and the second time t2, the t2 of time the particle moves with speed v2, and t3 of time the particle moves with speed v3. Now we find average velocity. So here also the generally used formula is total distance traveled by total time taken. So from this data we find total distance traveled. What is the total distance? Okay, so here distance is equal, time is equal to dy by t, then total distance is equal to velocity into time. So that's why v1 into t1 is the distance traveled in first t1 seconds. v2 into t2 is the distance traveled in t2 seconds. So and so on. So the total distance traveled is the distance traveled in t1 seconds plus the distance traveled in t2 seconds, the distance traveled in t3 seconds, and so on. So that is v1 t1 plus v2 t2 plus v3 t3. Now what is the total time taken? So times are given, t1 plus t2 plus t3 and so on is the total time taken. Now we find average speed, total distance traveled by total time taken. Okay, this is the formula used to find the average speed whenever the speeds and time intervals are given. Now we consider the third case. So whenever the time intervals are equal and the speeds are vary, that means in equal interval of times the particle moves with speeds v1 v2 v3 and so on, then the average speed is, so v1 into t, v2 into t, v3 into 3 plus, so v1 t plus v2 t plus v3, so t gets common, so common time interval. So here t1 plus t2 plus t3, how many it is? N t's, that's why n into t. So here t get cancelled, the average speed is v1 plus v2 plus v3 plus vn by n. So average of all speeds, the average speed is given by the average of all speeds, that is v1 plus v2 plus v3 up to so on vn by n. So this is another case.